Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to do the demo and review for the brand new BareMinerals. This is the original pressed powder foundation that they've brought back. It says that it has broad spectrum SPF 15. I went with the color Golden Medium 14. What else does it say? I can tell you it's $39. It comes in 30 shades. They're celebrating the 30th anniversary of this powder foundation. The claims are it's non-irritating, safe for acne prone skin and sensitive skin. It is crease proof, cake proof, sweat proof. It is a light natural finish, and it's light to medium coverage. Has the traditional looking component that BareMinerals has been doing lately. What I will say that I like that they've added an expiration date to the back of the package because of the SPF. I think that's really wonderful. I don't know if it'll translate there, but it's written there in black. It tells you the date, which I do appreciate. Here is the actual product, and it's embossed, and it has the BareMineral little logo there for ya. It is 9 grams, just for reference, so you guys know 9 grams at $39. Comes with a little sponge here in the bottom. I don't typically use that, but if you're using it for touch-ups, it'll be there. As you guys can tell, this color is going to be too light for me, but we're still going to use it anyways. I had to guess this isn't even in store yet for me to play with, but I have loved and worn BareMinerals forever, pretty much since you used to be able to buy it on the television. So I always try to give their launches a try and a go. I'll be honest with you, the last couple have not been very good, so I don't really know what's going on with BareMinerals, but unfortunately that has been the truth. But I still wanted to try this particular product out. I'm gonna take my classic BareMineral brush here. This is the core coverage brush. I don't even think they make this brush anymore. But this is the brush I'm going to use, and I probably may have to use like a handy kabuki too, at least from after I've been playing with this for a little bit, and then I'll explain to you guys why in a second. But let's just get into it. And I am aware again that the color is too light for me. I'm very tan. You know, shade 14 was my original shade in BareMinerals years ago. And so I went with that thinking I looked like the model based on the picture. As you guys know, online, it's very tough to tell what is your color. So just with one swipe, can you guys see that? Like how it's straight up like patchy and not sticking to certain parts of my face. Like I have to go back and kind of try to glide it over. It kind of makes me crazy a little bit because I don't know if it's because it's talc free or what. I've had this problem with other products that are talc free where it just gets like patchy in certain spots and it doesn't want to stay or lay nicely. My chin, obviously I have breakouts. I'm going through a flare up, but they're healing. You can really see it on the chin where it's just really gathering everywhere, which is kind of frustrating and annoying. BareMinerals is supposed to be like an easy wearing product, but as you guys can tell, like I'm really having to like work this particular product in to try to make it glide and look a little nicer. I'm going to also kind of blend and buff it out with this kabuki brush, which it doesn't suggest doing that, but I found that it just looks better with 2 brush application, one to put it on and then one to kind of buff and blend it in. I know not everyone needs to do that extra step. Maybe your skin has less natural texture, so you won't need to do that. But for me, I have to do that with this product. So as you can see, because you guys could see my cheek before, when I went back in and I buffed it, it took away the patchiness. Just so you guys can see that for yourself. It's not like perfectly smooth or have texture, but it looks drastically better. So I would say that this is like a 2 brush application. It's still super textured on my forehead. I think there is no fixing that. I will be honest, that is an area I struggle with texture on my forehead. So it just doesn't lay pretty. Throughout the day it will melt in and look usually a little bit better, but my initial application on my forehead always looks a little funky. So this powder foundation is no exception to that rule. It just looks a little funky. All right, guys, with the power of YouTube, all my makeup is on. And so I have quite a bit of thoughts about the new original pressed powder foundation from BareMinerals. I like the component. I like that they put air holes in it. I like that there's an expiration date. I like the component just fine. I don't have any issues with that. I do think it's a little weird that they have a white piece in here instead of black, but it gives it some character. I like the embossing on it. It's nice. The color itself, you know, like I said, I was picking it out online, so it is not the best. And I am also my tannest darkest shade, so I'll be honest with you, it's really tough for me to find any color to match me right now. It's always either too dark or too light, so I'm not totally faulting it for not being the right color, but I will say in the past, BareMinerals colors have always been kind of funky and tend to pull a little bit orange or yellow. That's just my opinion. This particular one tends to pull a little yellow. I'm going to do a swatch on my hand for you just so you guys can kind of see. Maybe it will show you a little more of what I'm trying to explain here. So this is it on my hand. I'm trying to get in as close as I can and see if you guys can pick up on the actual texture of this product. You can see every line, every little anything on my hand, and it performs that same way on your face. You can totally see that here on my face. It's gathering around my nose. It's already creasing in my smile lines. It hasn't even been on maybe 15 minutes. It's patchy all through here. In all fairness, I do have a breakout there. It's not really a scab anymore, but it is gathering all around that. It's gathering on my cheeks and making my blush and bronzer look a little patchy too, which I don't appreciate, and is not normally a problem. On this side, it looks a little bit better, but still very textured all through this area. I have texture, so it's like, yes, some of it's the product, some of it's me. But if you're gonna make my face look worse and old, or older than I am, I'm not gonna like your product. Period, end of discussion. I use tons of acids and exfoliation on my face, so my face should not look that level of textured when I put makeup on it, especially a mineral powder makeup where it should just be lightly sitting on the face. Shouldn't be accentuating any texture, to be completely honest with you. And this, all I get is texture and patchy. Bottom line, not a great product. My forehead's really bad too. I just think this product's a major pass. It's really unfortunate. I've worn BareMinerals pretty much forever. It was my first foundation, so the company will always have a special place in my heart, and I will continue to give them chance after chance after chance with their products. I'll continue to test them and review them for you guys. I know everyone else has a soft spot for BareMinerals as well. I just don't know what they're thinking. I just don't understand why they can't seem to get a good color range on a product that isn't patchy. I mean, there's better drugstore powder foundations than this at this moment, unfortunately. Like, what is it called? The L'Oreal Infallible. Their powder foundation's like a world better than this, and I think that's like $15 or $16. So, it's just unfortunate I have to be, you know, bad-mouthing BareMinerals. I wish I wasn't doing that, but this is not good. I do not recommend. I would not pick it up. I would not even try it. If you were looking for a mineral powder foundation, I've told you guys 100 times I'm a Jane Iredale fan. I know this is probably blinding you because it's silver. I'm a Jane Iredale fan. I go through so many of these. I have gone through probably, I don't know, over 40 compacts of this, and it's just a way better product. Jane Iredale can be purchased on Ulta.com online. They've got a great return exchange policy as well. If you're licensed, you can buy it at the beauty supply stores and get a discount. It is initially more expensive because you have to buy the compact and then you buy the refill. However, I think it's worth every penny, and it just makes more sense. Not only that, the color range is just a better. I'm gonna hold these up side by side because I based my color pick off of the Jane Iredale, and as you can see, the colors are pretty close in the pan, but can you see how this is pulling more orangish yellow, the BareMinerals, so it just doesn't look very skin flattering. I'll do some Jane Iredale swatch on my hand just so you guys can kind of see the difference. It's just a prettier foundation, and it like completely blends into my skin like it's not even there. And I'm doing like a lot of product to make you guys be able to see this because it's basically the same color as my hand. But you can see here how patchy it is from BareMinerals and then how blended Jane Iredale is. It's just a huge difference as far as product quality goes. I'm trying to do a bigger patch. It's unfortunate. Like, I want to be able to come and do a review for you guys and tell you BareMinerals is back. They're making their comeback, and unfortunately, I just haven't seen that with this particular product. It is 100% pass. Definitely, if you want a mineral powder foundation, you must go with Jane Iredale. It's the best of the best. I've gone through tons of compacts, 40 plus compacts for sure, maybe more. That is my ride or die and the one I always go back to. Other powder foundations that I like to talk about, of course, is the Kylie Cosmetics. Her natural blurring powder foundation is absolutely stellar. This is my summer shade right now, which is 5WN, and then my regular shade, which is 4WN, which you can tell I've fully hit pan. I need a new one in that shade. I haven't opened it yet, but I have it. You know, as much as I get crap for suggesting this product, I like it, you guys. The Laura Geller stuff, the double take it, I prefer, but even the Baked Balanced and Brilliant is nice for summer. My biggest hiccup with this product is they don't have a color that matches me fully in the winter or in the summer, so I always have to mix two. For summer, I always mix the Golden Medium in the Baked Balanced and Brilliant, and then I do the double take in Shade Light. In the winter, when I'm really light, I can wear the double take Shade Light on my own, or even sometimes the Shade Light in the Baked Balanced and Brilliance. These are actually very good. I go back and forth liking this, not liking this, so it just depends on your skin texture. And if you can find a color that matches, you will like those. They're very good. I still really enjoy the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundations. I love these. I have it in so many different colors. This is a really beautiful product. I enjoy it a lot. It is a little more expensive. There are refills for this now, so this is another good powder foundation. People are always asking me, what are the powder foundations I go to? A tried and true that I've had on and off again for years too is the Lancome Dual Finish powder foundation. I'm the color 315 Wheat, so that's a beautiful one. Always usually matches me too, and just very versatile powder foundation if you're looking for something you can kind of find everywhere. Because most of the really good powder foundations, I find you tend to have to get them online and order them. So that's just kind of the facts of the matter. I still am giving up concealer. I'm gone a couple months now without it, and I have no intention of turning back. So if I look a little bit different, that is why, because I'm no longer wearing concealer. Today I use the Color Science Total Eye. I have a review on that if you guys want to check that out. I do also like and use the Dermatology Luminous Eye Corrector as well. I have a review on that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every Tuesday. In that description box will always be my Instagram for daily posts, and I will catch you guys on the next one.